Well, ladies and gentlemen, all good things must come to an end as the Detroit Lions 2023 training camp ends today. Today was the last day, day 18, and they head off to face the Carolina Panthers on Friday at 8 p.m. We will be live streaming for that game. But we're going to finish what we started. And again, go to Pride of Detroit, very reliable source of inside information. And we're just going to bring in a couple of things about a couple of players. Again, their information will be sourced in the description below, so feel free to check out that article. But the first thing we're going to focus on is Emmanuel Moseley. Says for the first time in training camp, Mosley was out at practice in his number 4 jersey working with the trainer. And I think Jeff Risdon had made a short about that as well. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Poole. He was working on his back pedal, change of direction, and some sprints. He was doing similar work back during OTAs before his ACL recovery hit a snag and required a cleanup surgery last month. The Lions will have to make a decision by Tuesday whether to take Moseley off the physically unable to perform list, PUP, injury list, and add him to the 53-man roster, or keep him on the PUP list where he will automatically miss the first 4 games of the season. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the same thing we did with DJ Chark last year. We put, I don't remember if this is certain or not, but I think we put DJ Chark on the PUP list, and then he came back for a few games, went on IR for a couple of weeks, and then came off and finished the rest of the season. Having Emmanuel Moseley back week 5 or 6, somewhere around there, it's quite possible we could have Emmanuel Moseley and Jameson Williams back at the same time. That will be fantastic because, as you guys know, I do not believe Jerry Jacobs is capable of being a true number 2, and maybe Moseley can come in and take his place if the need be. So it's good to see that Moseley had been out. I think this is the first time that we've actually heard anything about him since OTAs. But we have something as well when it comes to the running back competition. We heard yesterday that Craig Reynolds pretty much has a lock on that number 3 running back spot. And number 4 is up for grabs. With the release of Muhammad and the retirement of Justin Jackson, it's really going to come now down between Jamar Jefferson, Benny Snell, and Devin Ozigbo, barring we don't pick up anybody who's going to be cut in the following week. But Jamar Jefferson looks like he might be the odd man out and might have removed himself from the equation unintentionally. Says, after limping off the field during Detroit's vigorous practice on Tuesday, I did not spot Jefferson out there on Wednesday. For a player very much fighting for a spot on the Lions running back depth chart, it's a tough break. He's one player who could use the opportunity afforded by the final preseason game, but it appears he's trending toward missing it. And that is unfortunate, to say the least, because when I went to the joint practice against the Giants on probably within the first 3 plays, Jamar Jefferson came up with the bum ankle and missed the rest of practice. He did play in the second preseason game. I don't think he played during the first. I can't remember. But for him to be, he's found a way to make this roster the past 2 years he's been on the team, and he's going to have to find a way to do it again. Right now, if he can't contribute at all on Friday, the evaluation for Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes and the rest of the coaching staff will be, can Jamar contribute on special teams? Because that is going to be the biggest issue when it comes to whether he makes the team or not. And certainly last but not least, again, it's much more to talk about in the article. You can go check it out yourself after this video, of course. But we got some news on Jameson Williams. We already knew this, but just to kind of reiterate, says, as expected, Williams remains out with the hamstring injury. In less than a week, he'll be placed on the suspended list and will be forced to leave the facility for the first 3 weeks of his 6-week suspension. After that, he can resume activities, but won't be eligible to play until week 7 against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, just a little side note. I saw today that a former Detroit Lion, DJ Chark, popped a hammy in practice. Doesn't seem to be serious, but it could keep him out for some time. So it's ironic that you guys were ready to give Jameson the business, and a former Detroit Lion had the same situation. Injuries happen, hamstrings happen, and they take a while to heal. So it's not just Jameson Williams who's going through anything. But the good news is that he can return to the facility after week 3. That's great, because if I'm understanding this correctly, he can practice and do all that stuff after week 3, which could have him ready for the Baltimore Ravens week 7. Monday night game, that would be going against Lamar Jackson, Odell Beckham, Jadeveon Clowney just went over there. That would be tremendous to have him not only back, but ready and already integrated into the scheme and everything, like not missing a beat. Hopefully those 3 weeks will be enough time. And another thing that I almost forgot to mention is Savion Smith was released. He was waived today with an injury settlement. So now he is like the 4th Lion to be waived with an injury settlement. So the injuries are piling up. Expect the Detroit Lions probably to make some moves after cuts happen this coming week. Don't forget that the cut day is Tuesday. Okay, it can happen anytime after the last preseason game, and then it has to be officially down to 53 come Tuesday at 4 p.m. I believe that's Eastern Standard Time. So expect some cuts to come out little by little. I don't think the Detroit Lions are going to do it all at one time. They might release some probably as early as Saturday, maybe Sunday, Monday, and then maybe have nothing to do on Tuesday. But expect those and those videos to be coming out as well. So leave your thoughts below on the Detroit Lions training camp. Don't forget to check out Pride of Detroit's video. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.